Good morning. I'm going to do it over because I had to mute it. Folks, this is Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics, I should say, and I'm Freddie Vasquez. This is the tough man competition. The firemen versus the police in a boxing match. 10 boxing matches. I left after the first one. It was a split decision, that one there. I didn't see the rest. But there were a lot of people there, and I wanted to discuss it. Unfortunately, I didn't have sound before. This is the Tough Man competition fundraising event between the Yonkers Fire Department and the Yonkers Police Department. They pick 10 guys each, and they go at it in 3 rounds of boxing. There were a lot of people there. It cost $50 to get in, so I'm sure they raised a lot of money. It was interesting. It was great. It was the first one that I've been to. Sorry, I apologize about before. I didn't have sound. I wanted to just come on and talk about this. Tomorrow, I will have Anthony DiMaggio on for his usual interview hour. We didn't do it today because of the tough man competition. Anthony DiMaggio, former Yonkers police lieutenant, talking about his termination. And so he knew about this event tonight, and he told me, he said, hey, can we reschedule because of Tough Man? I said, what's Tough Man? And he told me what it was. So I decided to go. I went, I spent my $50, and I walked around. I did some, caught some footage that you can check. I just want to be on real quick. It was interesting. A lot of people, said hello to me, said I'm doing a great job, love the podcast. So again, I always want to shout out to those people and say thank you. Every time people do that, I want to make sure I say it on the podcast because I appreciate the support. I do. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you very much. Anyway, folks, tough man competition over at the PAL this evening. There were a lot of individuals out tonight. I saw County Legislator James Nolan. I forgot to mention him last time. I saw Tasha Diaz, the majority leader. I saw Shanae Williams. She showed up as well. I also saw in the VIP section Vinny Spano with his older brother Nick Spano. They had the VIP section up at the top. It's like the Super football game. They had the skybox seats up there. Everyone was getting a drink. Someone asked me if the $50 included beer. I don't think so. They never mentioned that to me. I didn't go up to get beer, so I don't know. I doubt it. But I'm sure they made a lot of money from ticket sales and from alcohol sales. I'm sure they did. It was a cool event. Again, a lot of people came up to me and said hello. Oh, I love the podcast. Some people want to say hello to me and introduce themselves, but they don't want to give me their names. I don't know why. I'm not going to say, I won't say your name. I won't say, hey, so-and-so came up to me. Okay. I promise I won't. But I want to say hello. Nice to meet you, Jane Doe or John Doe, right? This is the second time someone has come up to me and said they love the show. They appreciate what I'm doing. They watch, keep doing it. And they didn't want to give me their name. A guy pulled up to me in the street in a car once before. So it's very interesting. So I appreciate it. I did get one individual who came up to me. That was the husband of Lakeisha Collins Bellamy. I did see her as well. Obviously, he was there. He came up to me, I guess, as he was walking by, and he said, hey, you Freddie Vasquez? I said, yes. He goes, I want to talk to you about my wife. And then I said, my wife. Then I said, oh, that's Lakeisha Collins Bellamy's husband. Young-looking guy, man. That's always one thing he say, he looks so young, handsome guy. Very handsome guy, you know what I mean? And he came up to me. He was upset about something he says I said. He said that I called I called the city council president a little black puppet. I don't remember saying little black. I did say puppet. I've called all the city council for the most part puppets who rubber stamp everything. They don't ask questions. They just approve things that actually do harm to the people they represent. They have shown us time and time again that they are not there to represent the people. Based on the decisions they made. The decisions they made have benefited those who are in power. Developers, those who fund them. So in a sense, they are the puppets for these individuals. And if I said little black puppet, show me the video. I want to see the context that it's in. I doubt that I said that unless there was some reason, meaning like, you know, he's, I don't know. I don't even know how I would said that. I really don't. I said puppet, but show me it. Show me it. Okay. And listen, you have to understand, Lakeisha Collins Bellamy is the city council president. She's an elected official, a public official. I don't speak about anything other than politics. I don't get personal. I don't talk about people's personal lives. I keep it to politics. So you cannot get offended. And listen, you have to understand, brother, I appreciate you, wanting to make sure that, your wife isn't disrespected or offended or anything. I get that. I respect that and I appreciate that 1000%. I do. I have a wife, I'm a husband. And my wife has been spoken about negatively by Yonkers Voice, by Brian Harrod in the Yonkers Newswire, and had her face blasted all over many, 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 many times. And she's not a public official. She's a private person. And you also have to understand what a lot of people don't. My wife was accused or thrown into a child pornography rumor lie that was created and came out of Municipal Housing Authority of Yonkers. Now, who would do that? Who works over at Macy? That's right. Based on what people have told me and information, facts that I've seen, and what people were saying close to individuals at Macy, they try to set me up with a child pornography lie. And then they involved my wife. They accused her of sending me child pornography using her work computer. And so then her computer got hacked that same day. But I know it came out of Macy because there were individuals that are connected to Macy that were talking about it before anyone else knew. Somehow they knew about Freddie Vasquez and some child pornography that he would be getting arrested for. How does she know that? I'm telling you, anyone who's either Lakeisha Collins Bellamy or anyone next to her has psychic abilities. Psychic abilities. I mean, Lakeisha Collins Bellamy knew about the email that was sent by a former staff member of the former city council president, Mike Cater, before anyone else. Before that person had told anyone. She foiled that email. She sent a FOIA request for an email that no one knew about. How did she know about it? Unless she was involved in that setup. So again, how did they know about Freddie Vasquez and some child pornography rumor and lie, and that he might be getting locked up for it if you didn't participate in the setup? Come on. So, my brother, I appreciate you, wanting to, definitely defend your wife. I respect that. I understand. But you have to understand this politics. She's a politician. She's a political, servant. She's a public servant. And at this point, when I do a political podcast, it's just fair game. I'm not speaking personally about her, personal life, family. Not saying that. Talking about politics. And there's things that they all have done that are very questionable. And so I talk about it. And so that's what that is. My wife isn't a politician, but she gets a lot of nastiness. She gets it more than me, and I'm the guy talking on basement politics because they know it won't bother me. They think that if they can go after my wife, then they'll get me. But we've learned to deal with that without letting it bother us now. And I think you should learn to do that too. Because after all, this is politics. And politics is nasty. And I don't want to be nasty, and I don't get nasty, really. At all, really. But if you're just doing as you're told instead of doing what is in the best interest of the people, then you are a puppet. And I don't mean that in any disrespect. They didn't pass no housing ordinance. Do you know that there's a housing crisis? Do you know that there are a lot of people in need of housing? And they didn't get it passed. Why? Because they care about the developers. You know, they allowed JFK Marina to be sold. I was just on Warburn earlier this evening, talking with some individuals who live there, who from there, who grew up there. People see it. People are starting to realize what's up. And they're getting upset. And they understand that they're being sold out by people who look just like them. So, again, my podcast is not to disrespect, to be disrespectful, to be offensive. I use humor, but that I try to add to it, but it's not to be offensive, to be disrespectful, but I am going to keep it honest. I'm going to be truthful. I'm going to tell it like it is. And that's just how I do my podcast. So anyway, folks, it was a great event. Go out next time to next year's, you should check it out. It was cool, fun. It was almost like a club with boxing. One thing I do want to say, something that an individual pointed out or commented on my video of this evening's event, was that if that was, Yonkers Fire Department, all of the Yonkers Fire Department, well, not all, but a lot of the Yonkers Fire Department and Yonkers Police Department, officers, firemen, and families and friends, then it didn't show a lot of diversity within those departments. Right? You're looking at the crowd, they didn't see a lot of diversity. And I thought that to myself also. I said, but I'm used to it. I get in any crowd. I don't care if I'm the only Puerto Rican there. I'm good. Right? Because you're a human to me. And I'm a human too. And so what's up? Right? That's how I look at things. But I understand from the perspective that person was coming from, which is, we've had an issue with diversity within these departments and hiring people of color within these departments. And they're saying that, it's been more diversified. But when you look at tonight, it doesn't seem like it's a very diverse, department. But a shout out to the police department, shout out to the fire department. I don't have any issues with them. They were great tonight. All the officers that I spoke to, that I came in contact with, were awesome, were amazing. Shout out to you guys. Much respect to the police department, but I get that. I do understand that. And maybe things will change. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, folks, I'm Freddie Vasquez. That's Tough Man Competition. I hear that the fire department won. They won. They won 7 out of the 10 matches, I should say. So shout out to the Yonkers Fire Department. Congratulations to you guys on winning the Tough Man Competition for 2023. Shout out to Yonkers Fire Department. I'm up out of here. Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics. Tomorrow, join me for Anthony DiMaggio. We'll talk about that, or the Tough Man Competition a little bit tomorrow. Want to hear his take on it. He says a fireman owes him a match. I don't know anything about that. Just relaying the message. I'm Freddie Vasquez. Have a beautiful and blessed Saturday. I'll see you out there. I'll be all over. We'll get the call up the West Coast team.
Let's get it popping.
Freddie wins. Fatality.
Join me tomorrow for Anthony DiMaggio, right here on Basement Politics Unfiltered, where we keep it honest, unbiased, untainted, and unfiltered.
Freddie wins.